can't handle the truth.
When you put cameras right in our face, like, we really don't know what to say.
Oh, I'm supposed to say something?
I ain't got nothing to say.
Don't talk to me today.
Be smart what you say.
You want me to say something?
I got the mic there.
I got nothing funny to say.
I don't need it.
I'm not Brett Favre.
Sorry to let them down.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys. It's a game. It's a game out here I want to play in. Someday with experience, we'll have something funny to say.
Pull out your recorders and hide your children's eyes. You're about to enter the Afternoon Locker Room.
It hasn't played its best football. The offenses look sluggish, but they have the chance to now bounce back with a win in Carolina yesterday. They come home to play the Oakland Raiders, and if they can just continue to have Russell Wilson steer the ship, this team is going to be just fine in the end.
Some calming words from one of the best in the business when it comes to covering the NFL. Adam Schefter of ESPN talking about the Seahawks and their win yesterday against the Carolina Panthers, and one Russell Wilson, who strangely enough has been at the center of what has been one of the more interesting weeks off the field, to say the least. We're going to get into that and how Charles Barkley's comments also come into play on that as well. In addition, we'll recap the NFL and all that stuff. A short night in the NHL, all that great stuff inside this 1 hour. And, of course, you're more than welcome to join us in on the fun. Hit us up, 573-200-6505. That's the number to get to. Tweet us at ASN Plus or at Arena Sportsnet. Or we've got the flagship Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen, The Afternoon Locker Room. I am your illustrious host, Alvin Washington. And, as always, The Afternoon Locker Room is brought to you by Gigahertz, the official computer solutions provider of the Arena Sports Network. Gigahertz, and that's where we come in. All right, before we get into this crazy wildness that, for whatever strange cot-picking reason, has just decided to all but put the Seattle Seahawks locker room in a tizzy and bring up another age-old craziness type of scepter of black athletes in sports and the black folks that surround that report on sports and all that fun stuff. Wait till you hear this craziness that is going on with Russell Wilson, how Charles Barkley figures into it, and I'll give you my take on it. Again, 573-200-6505. But before all that craziness, let's get into the news of the day. We start things off with a very, very sad note from the world of Major League Baseball. Oscar Taveras, promising young Dominican outfielder with the St. Louis Cardinals, got called up from AAA Memphis earlier this year, helped them to win yet another division championship in the always rugged NL Central, just days after losing to the San Francisco Giants in the NLCS. Killed along with his girlfriend in a car accident in his native Dominican Republic. Authorities down there say the car that she was driving slid off the road. All of Cardinal Nation, in fact, all of baseball, who had seen this young man on the big stage do what he did, big-time home runs in St. Louis during the LDS and the LCS. He was going to be one of the brightest stars of that outfield that was going to help guys like Matt Holliday and John Jay. Not anymore. He was 22 years old. Man, not exactly what I was looking for to start this week, but having seen not only Taveras but the rest of those youngsters that came up from AAA Memphis and that Cardinals organization, and even AA Springfield, Missouri, I feel for manager Matheny, and because he's bummed. He was looking forward to this young man having a great career. Might have been even the second coming of Albert Pujols, maybe a little lighter. I don't know. He was just slugging that great, and now not going to have him anymore. Boy. You got to take life as it is and take it one day at a time, folks. Moving on to other strange things, as if Jameis Winston's off-the-field antics weren't bad enough, now comes word of another domestic assault case plaguing the Florida State Seminoles football team. This time, running back Carlos Williams is now being investigated in such assault. According to authorities down in Tallahassee, Florida, Williams, who's from nearby Davenport, is being assaulted for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend, who lives with him and is pregnant with their second child. This man's not out of college, and he is about to have 2 kids. Maybe Charles Barkley's comments might be ringing true here. No. But strangely enough, Williams was in Patton practicing on Monday. In the news release, the Tallahassee Police Department said it received the case Saturday night and immediately assigned it to its Criminal Investigation Division. Spokesman Scott Beck told media, quote, "As long as it's an active, ongoing case, Florida law prohibits us from talking about it." You can imagine what Coach Jimbo Fisher said. Well, he had denied a report by a radio station in Jacksonville that Williams would be suspended from the team. At the time, Fisher called it another false report. He also added, "It's funny, that guy, who was a tremendous kid, a tremendous ambassador, I don't even know where that suspension report came from." Kind of caught me off guard, like, whoa, Carlos has been wonderful. Now, he's the second leading rusher on the team with 378 yards and 7 touchdowns. He had 2 scores in that big win against Notre Dame this past week. Florida State is at Louisville to continue ACC play. How this latest development affects not only the team, but potentially Jameis Winston's conduct code hearing coming up is going to be quite interesting and maybe even precedent-setting. So we'll keep a tab on that as much as we can. Those of you following the NFL for Monday night, you know the big showdown, the Redskins, the Cowboys. Cowboys are 6-1. Big Monday night game down at AT&T Stadium. Colt McCoy comes home to start in Texas for the first time since graduating from the University of Texas. He is the third-string quarterback for the Washington Redskins, who features yet another Texas native, and Robert Griffin III, former Heisman winner, and currently on the shelf with that leg injury. Not quite sure if he'll be 100% to even back up Colt McCoy if needed, but that should make for some very interesting storylines, especially the fact that DeMarco Murray has lit a fire under what was been a very dormant running game. 7 straight 100-yard games to start the season. That is a brand-new NFL record, surpassing, of course, the great Jim Brown, looking for number 8 against a very suspect Redskins defense. That is even predicated on the run, but it is suspect. Check it out on ESPN later tonight, 8:15 Eastern Time. Just saying. To the NBA, or actually, let's stay with the NFL. Can somebody tell Lamar Houston, dude, you didn't see Steve Tulloch of the Lions hurt his leg doing the same thing? Lamar Houston of the Bears, the rookie defensive end, got his first sack in sacking the backup quarterback of the New England Patriots, does his sack dance, injures his ACL, done for the year. What else could go wrong with the Chicago Bears? Man, I don't know, dude. I'm like, dude, come on. Seriously? Wow. Oh, these youngsters! I don't know, folks. What is going on with the youth movement today in these sports? It's like they see these guys will be like, oh, I can do it too, and then boom! Folks, you had to been there. Moving to the NBA, of course, you know that Tuesday night will be tip-off. There will be 3 games on Tuesday to get the party started. Among those, New Orleans hosting Orlando. San Antonio will raise their banner at AT&T Center against cross-state rival Dallas. Late game, the Link Show. The Lakers will start another season with Kobe Bryant in the lineup, his 19th in the league, and with L.A., they've got the Houston Rockets and former L.A. Laker Dwight Howard. That should be quite interesting. Getting a word from my broadcast partner, Brian Stowe, who you heard this morning on Snowman in the Morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, or should I say 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. There we go. That ACL has now been torn for Lamar Houston. Well, yeah, he gets the Bonehead Award today. Sorry. You just got to sit on the sideline and pout, because that, ooh. I'm done with the dude. I'm done with the dude. Anyway. More NBA news, an unfortunate thing for one of the best stars of the 80s. Mookie Blaylock sentenced to prison in a driving fatality, 15 years. He was convicted for his role in a suburban Atlanta car crash that killed a mother of 5. Vehicular homicide is what he has been convicted of. According to the plea deal, the term was reduced to 7 years suspended after 3 and 8 years probation. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution initially reported the terms of Blaylock's sentencing at the time of the wreck, in which it was a head-on collision with Monica Murphy back in May 31st of 2013. The 47-year-old Blaylock, who played for the New Jersey Nets and Atlanta Hawks, had been under treatment for seizures, citing a family member. Before the crash, the doctor had ordered Blaylock not to drive. That told you something, sir. I'm just saying. You know, better be glad it wasn't longer, because you know how they treat folk about murder around them parts. How about this for perks? Nick Saban's home in Tuscaloosa will get paid off by the Alabama football boosters to the tune of $3.1 million. I guess championships are good with money sometimes. Hey, what's a few Crimson Tide folk for? You know, I'd love to see Phyllis from Mulga talk about this, though. It's just, oh, my gosh. Oh, Phyllis from Mulga, Alabama is the caller of the year in sports talk. Woo, she lit Colin Cowherd a new one. Man, I'd love to have her on this show, because, woo-wee, them folk down there in Alabama are no joke when it comes to college football, I guarantee. And what I can guarantee is that we are going to take a break. When we come back, the topic of the day. Wow. I can't even believe I'm talking about this. The blackness of Russell Wilson and the dirty little secret in the black community that Charles Barkley speaks of that correlates with this. Wow. We still on that? Hey, back in a moment. This is the Arena Sports Network. You're listening to the Afternoon Locker Room, presented by Gigahertz. Back in a flash.
For some, the American dream is a comfortable home with a brand new car. For most in this economy, it's been reduced to a 2-bedroom apartment with a vehicle well past its prime. Rest assured, General Insurance Services is ready to protect both versions of that dream. With many carriers to choose from, insurance for your home, car, or apartment is just a phone call away. Let our local independent insurance agents show you how. General Insurance Services in Michigan City, 800-766-4478.
Upgrade your ride and lower your costs with a certified pre-owned vehicle from Sowers Ford. With a lower price and lower payments, you can lower your cost of driving in a vehicle that's new to you. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 172-point inspection, 24-hour roadside assistance, and 3 months of SiriusXM satellite radio. 2.9% financing available to qualified buyers.